The director, James Gunn, had an idea on everything. He knew what he wanted from day one. So he gave us a very detailed account of what he wanted us to see.
You're here to tell a story, or to help the director tell his story. You don't have historical research, you have comic research. But it is his version of the story that he wants to tell.
The information from the comics is pretty broad. The colours and that they're using, it's a pretty broad kind of brush they're using. We had to tone it down and home it into a really big visual way.
When we were manufacturing things, we had to think of fixings and ways of holding things together that weren't from this Earth. So trying to get a different look for each planet was quite tough.
Ehi! Porco cacchio! Se il tuo unico obiettivo è uccidere Ronan, non credo che questo sia il modo migliore per farlo.
Tu non sei quello che questa squadrina ha provato a uccidere.
Beh, lei non è mica la prima donna che ha cercato di farlo.
James wanted everything to look grounded, as if it was actually believable within its world.
If you're going to put a gun on a character, it's just a gun belt, you know, a belt and holster. With this, it had to be part of the costume. It had to be designed by Alex, and she gave us ideas of what she would like, and then we had to try and create the functionality.
She needs to know from me where things finish so that she can dictate how far the costume should go and everything. And then she needs to know the material we're going to make it of, and then likewise I need to know how it's going to move against the skin, if it's going to rub or if it's going to work with it.
Stupido, non hai immaginazione.
No, non ce l'ho, è uno dei miei difetti.
I tend to do mood boards, which are big collage boards of any idea, any reference that I feel has to do with a character or a point in the story.
We were working together in a much more clear, way than we ever have, in a much closer way, because we needed to make sure that there were absolutely no clashes with the materials we were using, with the materials that costume and hair and makeup are using as well. Everything had to kind of work in a reasonable way.
We had more freedom because they're not so well known. But it's like doing Thor for the first time. That was the first time that had been taken to film. So it's about how to move them from the printed page into real.